After a father passes away at home,
Can't believe he's gone.
Yeah, we miss him too.
his son begins to change. Is it grief?
Dad, you gotta eat.
Why can't you two just leave me alone?
My dad was not himself at all.
Or is it a demonic force after his soul?
As soon as I stepped in the door, I felt the very evilness of what was going on in there.
That was something trying to tell me to murder my kids. It's horrible.
In America, there is real evil. It lurks in the darkest shadows and in our most ordinary towns. Between the worlds we see
Someone's in my room.
and the things we fear, there are doors when they are opened.
Hey guys, I'm Hannah. Just your average California girl. Sunshine, beaches, and the occasional demonic possession. This is Panic TV. Okay, horror fam. If you're into this, and this, then this next movie is totally your vibe.
Nightmares become reality. Deep in the Wisconsin woods lies a remote cabin, home to a divorced father of 4 and his dad.
My family owns a cabin. It's just a beautiful place. My father purchased the land February 17th of 1986, and I've been living there constantly for the past 10 years.
But in the summer of 2012, everything changes when Phil's father suddenly passes away in the house.
When my father passed away, depression came in immediately. My father and I have always had a close relationship. If I needed him, he was there, and if he needed me, I was there for him. Always. All the way to the end. My dad always made time for me when it came to doing stuff. And one of my most fondest memories was always playing catch in the backyard. My father was always in really good health, and they found something in his lungs. Lung cancer. And they said that he would live 2 to 6 months. He lived 2 months and 5 days. I lost my best friend. It was very hard, not just for myself, but for my entire family, because we're so tight as a family.
Hey, Dad, Victoria and I are gonna... Oh my gosh, where did you find that?
Dad?
Hi, girls. What time is it?
It's almost 3. Is that you and Grandpa? You guys look so young.
It's a long time ago.
When my grandpa got sick, it was really hard because I knew he was gonna die, but I wasn't prepared. It was super hard for everyone in the family, especially my dad. He fell into a really deep depression.
Still can't believe he's gone. House doesn't seem the same without him.
It was a completely different man. My sisters and I were worried about him.
Yeah, we miss him too. Every day.
Oh, what's the matter with me? Let me help you.
We got it. It's the last load.
I decided to move in with my dad to help him when he was going through the hardest time of his life.
I was happy that Hillary moved in with Dad. It did give a sense of relief. Like, I know he's gonna be okay because he is her to lean on.
He ate too much honey.
Oh, no.
When my daughter Hillary moved in, she brought her son Gavin.
Hey, you want to see Grandpa when he was little? I don't.
Unconditional love when I needed it the most.
A few days after moving in, while home alone, Hillary continues to settle into her grandfather's bedroom.
I moved all my stuff, mine and my son's stuff, into his old room. It was nice being in that room and having some of his stuff still there to remind me of him. It was just like my grandpa was still there. It was very comforting. I heard 3 loud footsteps.
Dad, is that you? Dad?
And then I heard something out in the living room area.
Hello? Hello? Dad?
Jeez, you scared me. I thought you were at work.
I got off early. Everything okay?
Yeah, just thought I heard someone.
Kind of brushed it off. Thought it was the house making noises, because it always makes noises.
How's my boy?
Still asleep.
Oh, you better wake him up. He won't sleep tonight. Oh, tell him Grandpa's making chili.
It's now been 3 weeks since Phil Sr. passed away. The family is slowly adjusting to their new life together.
I was working 2 jobs at the time, being a single mom, and my dad would stay home and watch Gavin for me while I would go and work. So we made our schedules work together when it was just the 3 of us.
All of a sudden, I knew I wasn't alone there. And I could feel it.
Phil Pritchard suspects his Wisconsin home is haunted.
Out of the corner of my eye, I seen a dark shadow, and I thought to myself, did I really just see that? I knew I wasn't alone. There was something else in the house besides me and my daughter and her child.
Dad? You're up early. Have you been down here all night?
I couldn't sleep. Sit down. I need to tell you something.
Dad, is everything okay? Is Gavin okay?
Gavin's fine. Sit down.
Okay. You're scaring me.
Remember when you said that you heard something in the house? I heard something, and I saw something.
Although Phil is spooked by his experience, he is convinced it's the spirit of his father who passed away in the house.
I know it sounds crazy, but I think he was trying to tell us everything's okay.
I just thought it was my dad's spirit trying to communicate with me.
To me, it did make sense because the noises that I had been hearing, that's what made me think that it was my grandpa.
It's like I felt him.
It brought me comfort knowing that my dad came to check on me to make sure I was okay too.
A little old man and a little old lady lived on a little farm. They decided to start a garden. They planted cabbage seeds and pumpkin seeds and tomato seeds.
My son had this fire truck toy that he always played with. He loved to play with that thing. Just one day, it went off, and it was weird because it had never done that before. And then it goes off again. And you're like, what's going on? Gavin is over here. There's no way he could touch that toy.
This kept happening over and over. So I took the batteries out, so it couldn't work.
I thought it was maybe my grandpa trying to contact my son and make a sign for us to notice that he was there. I was in my room, and it didn't feel like my room. I just started to feel like the atmosphere changing. And then I just started feeling like someone was behind me. It was a man with a hat on.
I had just gone to bed. I was laying down ready to fall asleep. There was like light whispers that kept getting louder and louder.
Phil Pritchard is being terrorized by an unknown entity in his home.
And I started fearing for my safety, not just mine, but my family in the house.
When I did wake up and realize that it was a dream, I was like, thank God, because it felt so real. He was actually in my room with me. It didn't feel like a dream when it was happening to me.
Mommy. Oh, baby, it's okay.
Hillary! Oh my God. Hillary, are you okay?
Oh.
What is it?
Oh, my leg. It's burning.
Oh my God. Oh, honey.
Dad! There's a scratch on my leg.
3 scratch marks.
Hillary, what happened?
I was in the woods and I was being chased by this man in this crazy hat. And I know it sounds insane, Dad, but it was so real.
No, honey. I saw him too.
At this point, I knew it wasn't my father because it was dark.
I'm sorry.
Whatever was in my home was evil.
Fearing for Gavin's safety, Hillary sends her son to stay with relatives.
I can't protect him. I felt hopeless. And that was hard to send him away. But I knew it was the right thing to do. I decided not to leave the house because my dad did need me.
In the meantime, Phil goes searching for answers.
I wanted to figure out what was going on. So I started talking to my neighbor.
Phil, I've been meaning to drop by. Real broke up about your pops.
Thank you. He was a good man.
You got something on your mind there, Phil?
Sorry. I know your family's been here a long time.
Oh, yeah, we have. Where are you going with this?
My dad's house. Anything strange ever happen out there before my dad moved in?
I asked him if he knew of people that died on the property or around the property, and he grew up there his entire life.
Back when I was a boy, it used to be the Hanbury place. He was a farmer. They had 2 girls. And I heard he was a real nice fella. But one day he just turned, sent the missus and the kids away, locked himself in the house, and well, before you know it, he lit the place on fire.
And he said yes, Martin Hanbury had passed away.
By the time those fire engines got here, there was nothing but smoke and ash. Burned the place to the ground. Hanbury with it. You okay?
Thank you, Clayton.
Learning this news, it made it more real. I thought it was Martin Hanbury that was haunting the house.
We didn't know what to do. We had to stay at the house. We didn't have anywhere else to go. We didn't have the money to just get up and move, and we didn't want to. This was our home. That's where we had all of our good memories, and we weren't just going to get up and walk away. My dad was really angry and just not himself at all. He was just stayed to himself.
Dad?
I was very worried about him.
Don't do that.
Oh my God. You scared me to death. I thought you were asleep.
Leave me alone.
Dad, it's 3 a.m. Come on, it's time to go to bed.
I said, leave me alone!
Okay.
Hillary started getting really scared in the house. She didn't want to be alone. So she would call me, and I would come over.
I got the salad. Hey, Dad. Dinner's ready. Come sit.
No.
Dad, you gotta eat.
Why can't you two just leave me alone?
My dad's personality started changing.
Hey, are you okay? What's going on with you?
Nothing.
He became more agitated and angry.
Fine. If it'll make you happy, let's eat.
My dad had been grieving, but this was different. Like before, he was just sad, and this was a different kind of anger than his regular when he gets mad at something. This was different.
So you remember Julie from next door? She wants me to watch her dog, which it's this crazy. I don't know, for like a week that she's on vacation.
Okay.
It's those little like small yappy terrier dogs, and I
hate those things.
Right, I just don't want to do it. Like, Dad, you know what I'm talking about? Like the little yap 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 yap. I don't know if I can. Like a whole week. That's crazy. And I'm just like, I really don't want to watch her dog for like a whole week. I just don't want to do it.
I heard the word murder, like right next to my head. Murder. Right in my ear. Murder. These weren't my thoughts.
Dad. Dad, are you okay? Dad. Dad.
I knew it was something else outside of myself that was trying to control me,
Dad. Dad.
trying to tell me to murder.
A demonic voice is telling Phil Pritchard to murder his children.
It was not my thought. It was something trying to implant something into my head.
Dad, are you okay?
It wanted me to physically hurt the people that I love the most.
Dad!
It wanted me to murder my kids.
Dad? Dad, what's going on? Dad!
And that's when I took action by leaving. I had to leave. Had to leave.
Dad!
Dad?
Where are you going? Please talk to us.
Something's happening to me. I keep hearing things. Voices, whispers, telling me to do things.
What kind of things?
Bad things. To you. To both of you.
He was ashamed to tell us what he heard.
That's ridiculous. You would never do that.
I want to believe it. But this house, it's in my head. It's trying to control me.
He told us that he was having thoughts and hearing voices and having visions about murdering us, killing us.
I'm just so scared.
The voice that he was hearing, he knew it wasn't his voice. He knew it was something else.
We're not living like this anymore. We're gonna do something. We're gonna get help.
Even though I was fearing for my life, I was also fearing for his, because I knew that that wasn't him that was thinking that way. I hadn't seen the real him in like weeks. I was wondering if this thing was going to take over my dad.
This was the last straw. I had to do something.
The Pritchard family contacts a local investigative team, Paranormal Encounters Wisconsin.
I needed help in the worst way. I needed this to stop, and I needed it to stop right now.
Okay, all good? And we're rolling.
This is Paranormal Encounters Wisconsin, and we're here investigating a property in the Dells area.
My name is Art Davenport. I'm the lead investigator of Paranormal Encounters Wisconsin.
My name is Nancy Frank. Being a medium, I have the ability to feel, hear, and see spirits around me.
My name is Mike Bry. I am the cameraman, tech man. I've been an investigator with this team for 8 years.
Phil Pritchard contacted me, extremely upset about the activity going on in his home.
Well, it sounds like classic oppression. Whatever's going on spiritually in a home can actually affect the mental state of the people that are living there.
Or he's just crazy.
Yeah.
That was my first thought. But after speaking with him, I could hear something in his voice. Something is here. Oh, there they are.
It could be paranormal spirits or some entities actually trying to break the person spiritually, emotionally down.
You must be Phil.
Yes, this is my daughter, Hillary. We're so glad you came. We don't know what else to do.
Well, you did the right thing, because we're here to help you.
The family seemed to be really desperate on how they needed to take care of this.
Come in, please.
After Nancy came and Art and Mike came, I knew that we were no longer alone and that they could help us figure out what was going on.
We're almost ready.
Using night vision camera and sound recording devices, the team conducts a walkthrough of the house.
Here we go. Are you ready?
Ready.
We are beginning to do a walkthrough of the house.
I felt it. I felt the very evilness of what was going on in there.
There's something here.
It's so bad in here.
I can feel it.
Who are you? Why are you here?
Anything? Anything?
Tell us your name.
Did you hear that?
Yes.
Something's there. I can't make it out.
Let me slow it down. Enhance it a bit.
We heard the name Hambury.
It sounded like an angry man's voice.
That's him.
After hearing the name Hambury, I knew I really needed more information on him, so I just concentrated on him.
What did you want from me?
It was like in a flash, I saw Martin Hambury. His demeanor was crazy, like
Murder.
he was hearing voices telling him to kill his family. You have to do this. And then all of a sudden I see him throwing a match, and he's standing there watching his house burn, knowing his family is safe somewhere else. And then I saw Martin with a gun, but I knew it wasn't him.
Psychic medium Nancy Frank is having a traumatic vision of the entity haunting the Pritchard home.
As I was seeing all this in my mind, it made me so sad that a demon can control a person enough to have him want to kill himself. This demon was haunting him, putting these voices in his head, telling him to murder his family. It was constant, murder him, making him go crazy. Martin couldn't handle it anymore, so he killed himself to protect his family.
Nancy has just seen what's haunting your house. It's not your father, Phil, and it's not Martin Hanbury.
Then what is it?
It's a demon, and it's attached to this land.
Nancy explained to us immediately that Phil was seeing who he thought was Hambury was actually this demon trying to influence him, just as he did to Martin.
I really started to pick up on this demon, and I knew he had been there for a long, long time. But he would lay there and wait for the next family to move onto the property. Martin wasn't a bad guy. He was a good family man. He worked hard. He had 2 children. They were young children. His wife was a loving wife and a good mother. Martin loved them very much.
We strongly feel that this entity, this demon, had been on the property since ancient times. It just took Phil's grief to open that doorway for it to come through yet again.
It attaches itself to the people who live here and forces them to do evil things. We believe it was trying to do the same thing with you. You were grieving the loss of your father. You were vulnerable. The demon used that to come into your life.
I really believe in my heart of hearts that this demon wanted me to do the exact same thing. Either take out myself or kill one of my kids or both of them that were there.
So what do we do?
Well, we're gonna help you. We just need to do a cleansing of your home.
We knew then a cleansing had to be performed. It was trying to take Phil's life or his family's life.
Whatever needs to be done.
I told Phil that I can't have you in the house while I'm cleansing. I sat him on a picnic table and I poured sea salt in a circle around him and asked him not to leave that circle.
I was just hoping for a miracle at that point. I was just ready for everything to be over with and done, and just hoping and praying that it would work.
Give us your protection. Restore the peace to this home and this family.
When I cleanse a home, I use sage I used holy water,
Bring light
and I used oil.
back to this house and this family.
As I'm walking through the house, I could feel vibrations in the windows and feeling in my body a tightness in my chest. And sometimes as I'm saying my prayer, the words aren't coming out.
Oh! Stay strong. Don't waver.
I can see Mike is pale and Art just looks horrible.
Restore the light. Restore the warmth. Restore the peace to this home and this family. Leave this house.
Nancy realized the demon was trying to affect me because I was feeling lethargic, nauseous, dizzy, like a fog took over.
I can feel the fighting coming on each step we took.
God, we banish the evil from this home. In the name of God, I command you to leave now. In the name of God, you may not stay here. This is not your home.
We knew that the demon was there and it was trying to push us out.
We all instantly had headaches or felt sick. And then I looked up and I saw it. It was the demon.
Nancy!
I heard the gun go off. It was so loud.
Nancy, are you okay?
I thought I was gonna die.
Psychic medium Nancy Frank has been battling a demonic force in the Pritchard home.
Nancy! Nancy, are you okay?
When the bullet hit me, it was so painful that I just instantly fell to my knees and I grabbed my head.
Nancy, are you okay?
Nancy fell to her knees with tears in her eyes, holding her head like she had felt the actual gunshot.
I thought I was shot. I thought I was gonna die. The feeling was so intense. The demon was there, and he was trying to scare me. And I had to get up on my feet and show him I wasn't afraid of him. He needs to be afraid of me.
Stay strong. I need you to pray with me now. In the name of God, you must leave this place now.
Demon, be gone. You are not welcome here.
You must leave this place. I pray that you will leave this place.
The atmosphere was very intense, but it just made you want to battle the demon even more, so he would leave.
I'm screaming at him, and I'm like, you're not allowed here anymore. And he's fighting me. And I just kept pushing and pushing.
In the name of God, I command you to leave this house now.
It was my last push. It was like a release. He was gone.
Wait! What is that? Is that him? Is the demon still here?
No, it's Martin.
I knew that Martin Hanbury was still there. He was sad. He was afraid to cross over because he thought he would be punished for committing suicide.
Martin, you can cross over. It's okay.
I let him know that he could cross over and be with his family.
Cross over now. Go be with your family.
He just kind of nodded, and he was gone.
Oh, come on in.
Is it safe?
It is.
Yes. Yeah, it feels different.
The atmosphere in the house was light. The feeling in the whole house And on the property was lifted. Everything was lighter. I didn't feel oppressed anymore.
I can't thank you enough.
Thank you.
You're so welcome. Take care.
Thank you.
You guys take care.
After the cleansing, the house feels really safe again. It feels like home again.
I feel like I met my dad back in that moment.
We're gonna be okay.
Going through all this, it was very hard, and it was a tough battle, but we came through it on the other side.
Give it a whack.
Nice! Yay, refreshments!
Everything is going very good in my life and in my children's lives.
He's good.
Good?
He's better than I was.
Everybody's stronger from going through this.
Since all this has happened, my life has been great. I just fear that it can happen again at any moment. I live with that fear every day.
I will never be the same from this experience. It changes you. Once you live this, you don't have a choice but to believe.
A mother senses something amiss in her home.
There was something in that room with me.
When a mysterious entity targets her family.
There's just a black silhouette standing there, staring back at you.
The demon unleashes a reign of fear in which no one is spared.
It gave me that feeling that what's gonna happen next? That, like horror movie, when the music starts, you know something's about to go down. But you don't know when or where.
In America, there is real evil. It lurks in the darkest shadows and in our most ordinary towns. Between the worlds we see
Someone's in my room.
and the things we fear, there are doors. When they are opened, nightmares become reality. In June 2013, Jacinda Rearick is recovering from back surgery.
I had to repair some herniated discs, some degenerative disc disease. It's just very hard to accept, you know, being so healthy and then all of a sudden having a procedure that, you know, you're hoping is going to fix your pain and then you end up being worse than what you were.
Baby,
Yeah.
are you trying to break your back again? Come on.
Jacinda's husband, Todd, a maintenance and repairman at a local brewery, is also a patient caregiver.
Okay, all right.
Todd and I are high school sweethearts, and we've always, you know, had a very loving relationship.
You keep going like this and you're never going to recover, sweetheart.
He's the kind of person that would give you the shirt off his back. He'll do anything for anybody.
I'm gonna be fine. I thought...
Well, you just thought wrong. Hey, Justin!
Yeah?
Keep an eye on your mom today. If she gets back out of that bed, you have my permission to tie her down in it.
You got it. Have a great day, Dad.
Their 19-year-old son, Justin, who recently graduated from high school, works at a hardware store in town.
Justin is a wonderful kid.
Just one step at a time.
He is so caring and compassionate.
You got it?
My relationship with my mom, I'd say that we're really close. I can talk to her about anything and she's right there for me, and she's my mom. I mean, I love her to death.
The Rearick family live in central Pennsylvania.
Montanan's really small. Not a lot happens. You could drive by it and miss it. It's a quiet town.
It's a close-knit community. Kind of everybody knows everybody. Everybody looks out for everybody.
The family moved from a mobile home to a 3-bedroom house when Justin was just a boy.
Moving into the house was something that I always dreamed of, just because you want to be able to raise your family in a home. We all enjoyed each other's company and enjoyed living in the neighborhood.
For Jacinda, the hardest part of recovery is not the pain, but filling the time.
Being so sedentary and confined to the house, it was very difficult to not let myself, fall into a depression. After I had this back surgery, I got my digital camera out and started looking through the pictures, and it was of Justin's graduation. I was noticing these balls of light. They were all different sizes. Some had rings around, some didn't. Some were solid white, some were purple. I felt that they were orbs.
Jacinda has a suspicion as to what the orbs could represent.
I know by reading and watching TV that a lot of people said that they were spirits or angels, and it just intrigued me even more. I immediately just assumed it was my parents. I was very close with both my mom and my dad, and the thought of these balls of light, orbs, being my parents, it was really comforting to me. I thought maybe they were with me during all my health issues.
Hey, Todd?
Yeah.
Hey, come here for a second.
Honey, I'm running late.
But look at these pictures of Justin, and look at all these little balls of light in every single picture. Isn't that weird?
It's camera flares, right?
I don't think so. I just took a picture of myself, and look,
Honey,
there's one right there.
I love you. I gotta go. I'll look at them tomorrow, I promise.
Oh, okay,
Go.
okay, see ya.
I always believed in the paranormal, and these balls of light really piqued my curiosity and my interest.
Jacinda decides to document any evidence of the supernatural in her home.
I just was taking pictures all the time, just seeing if I could catch them, and I always got orbs. They were just there all the time, everywhere.
If she walks into that basement, I swear. Oh, she did. She always does, doesn't she?
I had that feeling that something was right behind me. I knew that I put my pills in there right. Something happened, but I didn't know how it happened. I thought, okay, how's this possible?
While Jacinda Rearick is recuperating from back surgery, she senses a presence in her home.
I couldn't get a clear view of what it was, but there was something in that room with me. I knew something weird was going on, but I didn't know what it was.
At first, she feels uplifted, believing it to be the loving spirits of her parents who died several years ago. But now, she's not so sure.
So can I get you anything before I head out? Maybe a good book or something to eat?
Honey, I want you to take a look at these pictures that I took last night in the bedroom. Do you see that dark shadow in the corner?
Babe, there is nothing in the house.
How can you say that? You can see something. It's right here.
Look, you've been cooped up in this house for months. You're all stressed out and you're not feeling great. I totally get that.
Todd has always been very skeptical of the paranormal. He would always listen to what I had to say, but he always had his own opinion. He was very adamant that he did not believe.
You know what? You should start painting again. You were always so good at it. It would be like a release for you. You know, get your mind off of things. Do you get better?
Todd and Justin just kind of really didn't respond. They just kind of blew it off. They didn't believe me.
In the fall, Jacinda and Todd's son, Justin, also finds himself housebound after undergoing shoulder surgery.
I'm laid up for 8 months now. You really don't know how much you use your limbs until you're worn out. That's when I went through my depressed phase. I can't lift, I can't go to work, I can't go out and do any things that involve more than one arm. So I'm stuck here now. All of a sudden, I heard footsteps walking above me.
Mom? Dad?
My mom's friend took her out for dinner. My dad stayed over at work late, get some overtime. The whole house was empty except for me.
Mom! Dad!
I was nervous because I was like, maybe is someone in my house that I don't know? If someone broke in. door was still locked. All the lights were out. Nobody was home. It was like confused. There was no doubt in my mind that I heard those footsteps and that I thought somebody was in the house. At the time, my mom was taking pictures all the time. She was convinced something paranormal was in the house. She was quite obsessed with it. There was undoubtedly something there. You could see a shadowy silhouette of a person that is unnatural, like not organically supposed to be there. I heard the pool table break. I heard someone hit the cue ball and break it. I couldn't believe my eyes. The balls are completely broken, and they weren't just a couple minutes ago. Something physical just happened, and I don't know who did it. Your heart's racing. You get the shiver down your spine. Your hair stands on end. I was trying to make sense of it. And as I turned to look, it was just there right in front of me.
"20-year-old Jacinda Rearick is home recovering from surgery when a terrifying experience brings him face to face with a paranormal force.
I heard the pool table break. The balls are completely broken, and they weren't just a couple minutes ago. There was just a black silhouette standing there. Even though you couldn't see physical features, you had that feeling that it was staring back at you. It was looking like into you, like it was seeing your essence. And no quicker than it came, it was just gone. I know what I saw, and yeah, there's no way I can rationalize that. There's definitely something spiritual or paranormal going on here.
Justin turns to the only person who might believe him.
Mom, we gotta talk.
Okay.
So, you know how you've been saying that something is like in the house? You were right. I saw something.
You did?
Yeah. I don't know what it was, but...
Was it like the shadow?
Yeah, but like of a person.
God, you saw it too?
I know, I'm sorry I didn't believe you.
When I told my mom, it was a mixture of like surprise and shock and fear all at the same time. She was relieved in a sense that someone else finally saw it and someone else now was completely on her side.
I finally had somebody experiencing other things in the house to actually prove that there was something there.
But this thing was, it was like dark, evil.
It gave me that feeling that what's gonna happen next? That like horror movie when the music starts, you know something's about to go down, but you don't know when or where.
Now that her son has seen it too, Jacinda grows more anxious.
So I would get up in the middle of the night and I would just do some painting, and that pretty much was my escape.
Jacinda. It's just me. It's okay. What, are you all right? What's wrong? Honey.
I saw it again. The shadow, it was here just a minute ago, right before you showed up.
I didn't know what it was. What I was feeling and sensing was not good.
Jacinda, maybe we need to talk to your doctor about your medication.
No, it's not the medication. Justin saw it too. How do you explain that? Well, I think we need to get help.
Jacinda, do we really need to talk about this now?
You don't believe me? That's fine. Just go.
It was really difficult because I knew that I was right. I knew what I was seeing.
Todd reaches an emotional impasse. His family's fixation with orbs and ghosts is enough to send him off the deep end.
My mom and I, we both were convinced something was going on, and anytime we would bring it up to my dad, it was just an instant, like a switch. You just flip the anger on. My dad put a wall up. He was trying to distance himself from, like, not only me, but everybody.
I don't think he realized how much he was drinking, and I don't think he realized how he was coming across.
One night, Todd surprises his family by coming to dinner.
Hey, honey.
Hey, Dad. This is nice.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, good of you to join us.
It's like old times.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
It's Grandma's recipe. Greatest potatoes ever.
Being that Todd was being so distant, he very rarely ate, dinner with Justin and I, which was something we always did as a family. So this one particular night, he did sit down with us, which I was hoping was gonna kind of make everybody reconnect again.
So, what'd you do today?
Stuff?
You do stuff with your arm?
I mean, yeah, a little.
Todd, you okay?
It's nothing, I'm fine.
Honey, are you okay?
He just was having trouble breathing.
Honey, you're shaking.
Really, Dad,
Todd.
you don't look so good.
His color didn't look good, and his coordination was off. Something definitely was wrong.
Oh, honey. Honey?
Dad.
All of a sudden, my dad put his hand on his chest. He had a face of pain.
Todd! Todd, what is it? Todd! Honey! Todd! Todd!
For weeks, the Rearick family has been on edge. Todd's wife and son insist the house is haunted, while Todd doesn't believe them.
He got to the point where he didn't even want me to show him anything, or he didn't want me to tell him anything. He didn't want to hear it. He'd just make it matter. So I just didn't really say anything.
I definitely think that it caused, like, strain and extra stress in the family. But I don't think he meant to do it to hurt everybody. I think it was the only way he could think of to deal with it because he didn't want to accept the fact that something could be going on.
Todd, you okay?
Dad.
What is it? Todd! Todd! Oh, Todd!
Dad?
Oh, my God. Todd! Todd, oh, please! We need to get help!
We went to the ER, and they ran every kind of test that you can imagine, and they still couldn't find anything wrong, but he was extremely weak.
Everyone was just baffled. Looking back at it, there's always that possibility that it wanted to show off its power. It wanted to make a mark, and it chose him. Because at the time, it might have felt that he was most vulnerable, but he made it.
that's not necessary. I'm fine, Jacinda. Throw your back out again, we'll both be stuck in this house.
That's not funny, Todd. I'm scared. You almost died.
I started to wonder if what was going on in the house was affecting his health as well.
Come on, the doctors checked me out. They say that I'm fine.
You're not fine, Todd. You were on the floor. Something is happening in this house. I don't feel safe here anymore.
Come on, Jacinda. Don't make it something that it isn't. You're exhausted and I'm exhausted. Let's just go to bed.
I was scared and I was trying to figure out, was there something evil in the house? He totally did not agree with that at all. But I felt like that episode was a warning. When I looked at the painting, it literally was melting, like it was just running. These physical things were happening now. Everything in the house was escalating. It makes you feel helpless.
Between the ever-present fear and debilitating health issues, it seems everyone in the Rearick home is spiraling out of control.
He looked like a corpse that was starting to decay. My body was just wrapped with these black tentacles. I couldn't move. I couldn't lift any of my arms. I just felt like I was being held down. I couldn't scream. I was just like, oh my God.
The supernatural activity in the Rearick house reaches a new and frightening level when Jacinda finds herself under attack.
Jacinda, what's wrong? You
tentacles. They were twisting all around me. They were suffocating me. I couldn't yell for help.
You need to calm down. Just breathe.
You were dead. And it was the most horrifying thing I've seen all my life.
Settle down. You just had a terrible nightmare.
I didn't know what was happening, but it was definitely trying to either hurt me or my family.
Just settle down. You just had a terrible nightmare. That's all. It's a nightmare. That's it.
I am not crazy, Todd. There is something wrong with this house. You've got to believe me.
Just lay down. Just come on. You need to get some rest. You just had a terrible nightmare. It's a terrible nightmare.
But it's clear to Jacinda, she'll need to fight this entity on her own.
It got to the point where I didn't care if Todd believed me or not. I knew I needed to reach out and try to find somebody to help me because I was scared for myself because it physically tried to harm me. I didn't know what it was going to do to me or to anybody else.
With the evil presence growing stronger, Jacinda calls in the Central Pennsylvania Paranormal Research Association.
I reached out to this group because I wanted somebody to validate for me that there actually was something here, and also to get rid of what was in the house and try to get my family back to normal.
When she mentioned the black tentacles, her husband looking like a corpse, the physical assaults, I know this case needed an immediate attention.
As they approach the house, Christine, a psychic, receives disturbing images.
My role in the group is lead psychic. I chose to be interviewed in shadow to maintain my privacy.
Christine? What do you see?
I sensed Eastern Europeans long ago camping on that property. Rituals were done sacrificing more than one animal.
Sacrifices were made on this property. Rituals performed. They opened the door to the other side.
What Christine saw coincides with the research I did. I found that Eastern Europeans, probably gypsies, did pass through this area centuries ago.
We must be very careful once we enter this house. Do not let your guard down.
The ritual opened a gateway for something to come through.
And whatever was conjured outside the house may very well be the entity haunting the Rearick home.
Good evening, Jacinda.
Thank you so much for coming.
Of course.
Hello.
Christine and Liz.
Inside, both psychics sense activity in the room.
I could feel a lot of entities there. There were human spirits in the house.
There are spirits here with us.
Yes, a man and a woman.
I described two entities to the left of me in the living room. An older man and woman.
They're a couple. I see their arms are intertwined.
It was my mom and my dad. I actually cried because it made me feel good knowing that they were there.
I sense a lot of love between them. But they're also very scared. They're here because they're trying to help you.
Christine said that they were there defending and protecting me and everybody in the house.
Help me? But so many bad things have happened here.
They're fighting for you. Without them, it would have been much worse.
Well, let's split up. We'll each take a room.
Yes.
We'll meet back here when we're done. Okay?
Okay.
It'll be all right. We're here to help.
As the investigation continues, Liz is drawn to Jacinda and Todd's bedroom.
As soon as I walked in, everything felt dark and heavy. Just a very nasty, foreboding feeling.
In another part of the house, something calls to Christine.
Hey there.
There was a young boy in the house.
Hey. Hi. Hey, are you okay?
I felt a deep sense of dread. Fear, too.
Liz also feels the fear.
I saw the tentacles. They started coming out from the closet, under the door, underneath the furniture. It was all around me.
While investigating the Rearick family home in rural Pennsylvania, two psychics make separate encounters with the same dangerous entity. For Christine, it masquerades as a child.
I got physically ill. I got severe nausea. I did get quite dizzy. This little boy was an inhuman entity.
Liz! What happened? Are you okay?
I was attacked. There were tentacles covering my body.
It wanted to just wrap itself around me and take me. It wanted to pull energy right out of my body.
I saw it too. What we're dealing with is a demon. I have never come across one so powerful.
We needed to figure out a way to get rid of this thing as fast as we could.
The team breaks the news to Jacinda. The investigators believe that the spirits of her parents are there for a reason.
Jacinda's parents were trying to protect her from something very evil in the house.
This demonic entity was the one that was causing danger and would hurt the family.
But how could this happen?
The investigators confirm that whatever Christine saw outside the house is the same demon haunting the Rearick family.
A ritual was performed here long ago by a group of travelers passing through the area. It created a gateway to the other world, and that's how the demon came through.
A murderous act was committed. Immediately, rituals were done to keep the evil away. When in fact, all it did was let some enter. They actually came in.
But we've lived here for almost 14 years, and there's never been anything like this before. Why is this happening now?
You were weak. An easy target. And it was waiting for an opportunity to attack.
This demonic entity was brought in through this portal centuries ago and remained dormant on the property. I was waiting for the proper time to come in to Jacinda's house when Jacinda was having major physical issues. During these times of long-term illness, this is the perfect time for a demonic entity to move in and take over a household.
The demon attached itself to you. That's how it was able to infest the house and begin to infiltrate your family. Right now, the demon is breaking down each member of the family. We need to act before it goes to the second phase, possession.
They said by me having all my health issues, it attached to me, and that was a way for it to get in. And it just got to the point where it, basically was taking over our lives.
If something wasn't done quickly, I was afraid somebody would either be hurt or killed.
O Lord, God of our salvation, preserve this home and all who live here from all harm and every temptation from below.
I prayed and I blessed every window and every door and made the sign of the cross with holy water to seal each room from the entity coming back into this house again, to prevent it.
Delivering them from fear of things proceeding from the darkness and attacks by demons at midday. Lord, preserve all who live in this home from all harm and all temptation from below, delivering them from fear and attacks by demons at midday. Lord, God. Oh.
During this process, I felt as though an ice pick was driven through my skull. And I know this was the demon's way of defending itself. It knew I was intervening for this family. My vision became blurry. But I knew if I stopped, it would win. So I just kept on going no matter what.
Let your servants and your children, protected by armies of angels, faithfully sing with one accord, Lord, you are my helper. I am not afraid. I will fear no evil. For you are with me as you are my confirmation. Oh God, to you alone be the kingdom, and the power and the glory in the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit, for now and ever, unto ages of ages. Amen.
As I got to the final stages of the cleansing, a calmness came over the house.
I just noticed the whole house. I wasn't afraid, and it just felt like the heaviness was gone and the darkness was gone, and it just seemed like the whole house was filled with light again.
Months after the cleansing, the family is no longer plagued by the demonic entity. And Todd finally concedes that they were victims of a supernatural force.
Now that it's all over with, he now actually admits that there was something there and that it did affect him, and it did affect me, and it did affect Justin. And, you know, he's glad that they came.
Before all this happened, the views I had on the paranormal were very indifferent. I didn't really think about it too much. It's something that everybody lives with, but not everybody experiences it, so therefore they don't all understand it the way you do once it happens to you.
What I would say to the people who don't believe in the paranormal is demonic things do exist, and it's just waiting to strike somebody. And you just have to be strong enough to not let it into your world.
The button to the left.
Yeah, I got it.
I definitely learned that good and evil can be in the same household. I still believe my mom and dad are with me. I absolutely feel without the presence of them there, it could have gotten a lot worse, because all along they were there for protection for me. So I can't even imagine what we would have been dealing with if they would have been there.
All right, horror fam. Who's the real villain here? I have some theories, but I want to hear yours. Drop them in the comments.